Alrighty. Howdy neighbors and welcome back to the Devine Speaker. Last time we got shown around the village, got told no for help, and then they were like, maybe. Now we're hanging out with Leos and Ilron, so the boys, the BFFs, could reunite.
Oh, another scandalous nighttime visit? What will people say?
I'll go on ahead.
Don't get up to too much trouble.
When do I ever?
Varys waved and quickly faded into the darkness, leaving the other two alone. Ilron was quiet for once as he waited for the other to speak up.
Are you just going to stand there and stoically stare?
That's how I do it.
You're him, aren't you? The boy from my memories.
I didn't think you'd remember me.
It's true.
Why didn't you tell me?
Ilron rubbed the back of his neck, uncharacteristically showing his weaker side.
It was in the past. I didn't know if it was even worth bringing up.
All this time, I thought you were dead. I always blamed myself.
Why?
Because I was always told I would be the cause of death for everyone around me. I never wanted to believe it, but when you disappeared, I thought...
I'm sorry. I wanted to say goodbye, but the situation was a little out of my control.
The two men sat down side by side in the snow, soon a weight lifted off their shoulders.
But if you're okay, then maybe my judgment doesn't mean so much after all.
I've never taken much stock in it. Who cares what anyone else thinks?
That's easy coming from you. All you do is live life carefree.
Well, if I come across like that, then I suppose I've done well. You know what they've said about me? A disciple to the speaker, one of his many assistants. A holy man, if you will. So, not good enough to be a speaker, but good enough to be used as a god's footstool.
Aren't you doing exactly that right now?
Shut up. Varys is different. He's the only one I'd follow.
You were the only person who ever made me feel normal back then, you know?
How was it after I left?
I spent a long time staring at the same blank wall as punishment for sneaking out, but that's all old news. I'm over it now. And more importantly, you left with your mother, right?
That's right.
How is she? She always had the kindest smile. You know, back then, I wish I could have been born as you.
She died. But I've finally come to terms with it. Thanks to a certain someone. I'll live my best life, so that when we meet again, she can tell me how proud she is.
That's how you gotta do it.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to live.
You should give it a try too. It's not half bad.
I don't know if I deserve to.
Why? Because you killed a few people? It hasn't stopped me.
Well, if Rain were here, he'd tell you not to take life so lightly.
And when did you start agreeing with him so easily?
I don't know. He's an idiot, isn't he?
That much is obvious.
But he has a good heart.
He's blushing. He likes me. I mean, I would hope based on previous events.
You've become so sentimental and mushy. You know that?
You're no different. I'm confused about everything now. My life, my purpose, Rain.
You know, in times like this, I like to remember an ancient proverb from across the seas.
Fuck around and find out.
Live every moment.
Oh.
Laugh every day. Love beyond words.
Yeah, that sounds stupid as fuck. Are you messing with me?
Yeah, sorry. Fine. You want some actual advice? Seriously, just follow your heart. It sounds corny, but the only thing stopping you and Rain getting together is your own insecurities.
Getting together with him?
Right. I forgot you were an ex-cult member. Dating, marriage, whatever you want it to be. You love him, don't you? There's no point not taking a chance and then regretting it later. Ah, fuck. I'm such a hypocrite.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
I suppose we're not so different after all.
I guess not.
What's stopping you from doing the same with him?
With Varys, well, the immediate issue is our difference in mortality, isn't it? I'll be dead in no time at all for him. And I don't even know if he likes me like that. I mean, we're as close can be, but it's scary to take that last step.
Why not just do it anyway?
You heard him, didn't you? He plans for this to be his last trip.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what I'll do without him.
They all looked down at the slightly snow-covered ground, unsure of what to say.
Take my case as an example, all right? This is what you shouldn't do. At least sleep with him first.
No, wait, I don't think we...
This is an interesting development. The student has become the master.
I'm not really sure if we,
How can you not be sure?
Biting down his embarrassment and shame, he somehow managed to tell the other exactly what had happened between them.
You are so lucky Rain is equally as clueless as you are about these things. Here, take this.
Ron fished into his pocket before throwing a bottle towards Leos. He caught it and peered in spectacly.
What is it?
That, my friend, will help the two of you have much more fun.
Absolutely not, no. Ron leaned in close to Leos' ear, and if anyone was watching, they would see him becoming redder and redder with every word.
Why do you carry this stuff around?
Just in case. Don't get up to too much trouble.
When do I ever?
Walking alone through the night, Varys left Elrond and Leos behind to talk. He knew about their past, and had encouraged Elrond to speak up sooner, but he didn't push. It wasn't his place. The talk faded into the distance as he was left alone with his own thoughts. Perhaps this is the last time I'll walk amongst the mountains. Last time to hear snow crunch beneath my feet. There's still a lot I wish to see. So many years to my name, and so many places left to travel to. What would I give to visit them all with Elrond by my side? But his life is not mine to waste. Putting those thoughts out of his mind, ahead he saw two figures speaking quietly in the shadows. As he peered in close, he realized that actually, it looked rather one-sided.
Emil. Caspian.
Oh, hello there. Varys?
That's right. Are you two not tired?
I am, it's just... Fine, alright, I'm going.
He left in a rush, leaving Varys standing beside Emil. He was much taller, much broader than he would have imagined. He looked like a speaker, but didn't really act like one. Perhaps that's why Varys almost felt sorry for him.
You're not going to sleep?
I'm not tired.
Then would you care for a walk? The fresh air may help.
Emil looked Varys up and down, trying desperately to think of a way to turn him down. But in the end...
Fine.
Emil crossed his arms over his chest to keep his warmth in as the two walked side by side. Oh my god. Walked it down the wide snow-covered path. Why can I not read? Calling it a path is a little much, though. It was simple, worn down from the travel of many feet, but nothing like the streets back in the cities. In a way, it reminded Varys of home, of his childhood, of simpler times when he believed he could live a normal human life.
Perhaps you're wondering why exactly you came along. Perhaps you also feel as if everyone here is against you. Like you're surrounded by enemies.
And if I did?
Then I would lay your worries to rest. For I am no enemy of yours. I'm only a traveler.
And a god. One of many I've managed to offend without my knowledge.
In life, we all hurt others without realizing. What matters is how you fix it.
How I'll fix it? I'm here, am I not?
I suppose you are, in a physical sense. Your body is here, your mind is here, but your heart lies somewhere else.
It lies nowhere.
How sad for you, if you believe that's true. Maybe you should think about this trip differently. This is a second chance. You can change things for the better. You can seek forgiveness.
With whom?
Caspian,
I don't deserve anyone's forgiveness. I've made too many mistakes.
maybe the first step is forgiving yourself then. I can tell that the two of you have deeply hurt each other, but I don't think it's irreparable. But that's enough chat about others, isn't it? It isn't my business whether you decide to...
Thank you. I'll try to talk to him.
I'm pleased to hear it. If you have the time, I'd like to hear more about you.
About me?
I've lived a very long life. Only 500 years as a human, but countless more years before that without this body. I've seen many Devine Speakers, but I can't say many have been like you. They were... how do I put it? Self-righteous? Sanctimonious? They acted as if they were above mortal whims, yet they all seemed to fall down the same hole. They became greedy, self-centered. You? I can see that you're different.
Am I? I never wanted to be Speaker. I still don't.
What?
It was a title given to me without any decision on my part. I always longed for a normal family, a normal life. But it wasn't all bad. I had Caspian by my side, and he made it worth it.
You're very lucky to have had him then.
Yes. Yes, I was. And I took it for granted.
By trying to kill him.
I truly have become an old fool. What I would give to go back in time and fix things.
At the very least, you seem extremely young to me.
That's really no compliment.
Varys giggled softly, thinking back to how much he had despised Speakers as a young man.
I'm glad we had this chance to chat. You're different to what I expected.
You are too.
You should go get some rest. You'll need it if tomorrow turns out anything like I expect it to.
About Leos.
I think I hurt him.
There's plenty of time to fix that. Just tell him the truth about how you feel.
How I feel?
There are so many relationships happening right now. A lot of it is just a buzz in my brain. How do I feel?
I think I might be sick.
Sick?
Whenever I see him, I feel really strange.
Oh, Rain. You really are silly. You know that?
I'm serious. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Young love really is sweet, isn't it?
Love?
Yes. Love.
A feeling of ease washed over me, a sense of validation. I think I've felt like this for a very long time.
I've got to go tell him.
Make sure not to stumble over your words. Take it slow.
Yes.
Caspian. Come over here. Don't stand there gawping.
Caspian approached us, awkwardly looking away.
I never thought I'd see the two of you side by side, you know.
Me either.
I'm suddenly feeling awfully tired.
Then I should.
It's a nice night for a walk, Rain. Enjoy it.
As she left, my eyes turned to Caspian.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. Do you have some free time?
Well, I'm not exactly busy. Did you need something?
No, nothing in particular. I just thought we could, I don't know, talk for a bit.
About what?
You know, just stuff.
It happens.
I feel like I've missed such a big part of your life, and I know I can't fix that instantly, but I'd like a chance to try.
I nodded at him, and we walked slowly through the village side by side. I wanted to get to know him. I didn't blame him for what had happened, but I still found it strange to think of him as my father.
Tell me about you. You were raised in an orphanage?
Yeah, for all of my life. The matron found me on her doorstep when I was a baby. I suppose that was right after you,
And, what of this matron? Was she kind to you?
The kindest. I'll always think of Arala as a mother to me. I really miss her.
Arala?
Do you know her?
Gods, what a small world this is. She raised me too.
Wait, what? How? You were raised in an orphanage?
No, of course not. She was more like, my tutor. But it was always more than that. I saw her more than my actual parents.
My grandparents. I'll never get to know them.
But how did she go from being a royal tutor to running an orphanage? It doesn't make any sense.
I told you about how Emil and I snuck out, didn't I? Well, she got all the blame for that. It's something I regret more than anything else. She was punished because of me. By the time we found our way back to Aurelia Cavella, she'd been thrown out of the royal family. I never saw her again after that. I didn't even know if she was alive or not.
She would have known who I really was.
Don't be mad at her. She must have been trying to keep you safe.
I could never be mad at her. I want to thank her. She let me grow up normally.
That's more of a blessing than you realize.
Can I ask you a question too?
Anytime.
What was my mother like?
He sighed and abruptly stopped walking.
She was my comfort and a dear friend.
Just a friend?
It's a long, complicated story. But I was heartbroken, even if I didn't know the word back then. She was kind, caring, and understood what I was going through.
I went too fast. That's my bad.
She needed help. She was sick and wanted to run away from her family. And I was alone and desperately wanted someone to lean on. Neither of us were in love, but I did love her very much.
It's Emil then.
It's a thing of the past, but once upon a time, I would have called him the one.
I yawned. Dang! Sleepiness wiped away from Caspian's face. Oh, and the sadness wiped away from Caspian's face.
Go on, get some sleep. I'm sorry for keeping you.
Before I go, it was Soren that pointed me to you.
Soren?
He spoke of you so highly. He misses you very much.
I always wanted to go back and find him, but after what happened...
I heard about it. Right now, he's unconscious, with a chance of never waking up. When he does, I want you to be there with me.
Of course.
Good. Then I better head to bed. Good night.
As I turned around, I heard Caspian shuffling behind me.
Rain? Thank you.
You too.
Caspian left for his room. I found myself suddenly scared. Scared of telling Leos the truth. Scared he'd push me away. Scared that he wouldn't forgive me. My feet, which at first carried me toward where I thought I would find Leos, stumbled to a halt. Will he even accept me? What if he doesn't like me like that?
Leos.
Across from me, standing in the middle of the snow, was Leos. His dark red hair stood against the backdrop, even at night. It felt as if time would stop for only this moment. I need to make this right.
I'm sorry.
What?
I overreacted.
In my pocket, I felt for the item I'd been saving for a moment like this since yesterday.
I got you something.
Held a small box. In it, a row of slightly crushed but still cute-looking macaroons.
Huh? For me, you remembered.
He took a few steps closer, his face screwing up along the way. Not in anger nor in sadness. He didn't look mad or upset. He looked happy. It all happened so fast. He was in front of me in only a moment. The box fell to snow-covered ground, landing softly. His hands found my face, and mine found his back as he leaned down and kissed me. You wasted perfectly good sweets, you fucking dick! Warm, and up to the cold mountain night. I still on my toes, desperate to reach him. He went slowly, sweetly, round me up into his embrace and casting aside any doubts from my mind. When we first met, I don't think the word sweet would have ever been used to describe him. How times have changed. I pulled back for the kiss to peer at his face, hands still wrapped around him.
I'm really so sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for.
I shook my head in response.
If there's anyone in the world I can't bear to keep a secret from, it's you.
So corny.
I know. I made a mistake. I just hope you'll forgive me.
Unfortunately, I can't seem to stay mad at you.
This is the right time, isn't it? To tell him the truth. No more secrets.
I think I'm in love with you.
You think or you know, buddy? His face turned as red as a beet, but he had nowhere to escape to. He pinched my cheeks slightly, his eyes still looking away.
How do you feel?
Thank you? Wait, that's not the right answer either.
Absolutely not, buddy. He sighed loudly, a slight frown coming to his reddened face.
I think I also feel the same about you. What I mean is,
Yeah, good job.
I love you too.
Damn. We did it. We did it, Reddit. We win. Without warning, I pulled him back down to a kiss, placing my lips gently against his.
Get a room!
Shut up!
Oh, great.
In the distance, I could see Oberon wave toward us from down the street. He grinned from ear to ear before turning away, back toward the rooms Morwen had guided them to earlier.
Well, what do you say?
About?
About getting a room.
Oh, fuck you, no!
I was getting a little tired.
I didn't... fine, okay. That works.
His hands found mine with ease as he pulled me along, our fingers intertwined. What about the sweets? Wasteful. The room was simple and neat. There were no frills around the edges, but I managed to keep the cold out somehow. I walked into the room and quickly took off my cloak, enjoying the literal weight off my shoulders. Behind me, I heard Aleos do the same.
What a day this has been. Maybe her busiest one yet.
I don't know about that.
With a laugh, I collapsed onto the bed and spread out my arms. Beside me was the box I'd given to Leos. Thank God you picked it up. I approached, opened the box, and ate a single treat.
How is it?
Just as sweet as I remembered.
Give me one too.
I opened my mouth, not expecting him to do it. But a moment later, and a macaroon hung out of my mouth.
It's tasty. It's good.
Leos reached out slowly, brushing a few crumbs off my face as he sat on the edge of the bed. I don't like where this is going. I know this is like the point of the game, but...
You're making a mess.
It's kind of your fault.
Sorry.
Then down and left a kiss on my lips to my surprise. His foot was suddenly above mine. Fuck off. His chest pressed into me. I was wrapped around his shoulders, as if only natural. I pulled him in closer, till he was practically straddling me. His long ponytail draped over his shoulders, and onto my chest. I run my fingers through it gently. Nope.
You're driving me crazy.
I hate it here. I hate it here. His hands traveled over my clothed chest, up to my shoulders, and then to my neck before he held my head up. And I found access. What? He kissed down my neck while his hands traveled. Nope.
Wait.
For...
I want to...
Hmm?
My arms already felt weak. Aleo slid, and himself he pushed off me. His back hit the bed, and I quickly rolled on top of him.
What are you doing?
Last time, it felt like you were doing everything, so... This time I want to do it.
I want to die. I hate it here. I'm not reading this. Y'all can go ahead and do that yourself.
You look really beautiful.
Did you hit your head or something?
Hmm? I don't think so.
You really inspire confidence. What are you doing?
I want to try something, okay?
Alright, fine.
I don't want to, though. I know where this is going. I'm just gonna go ahead and go fast. I'm just going to go.
That's not an answer, but okay.
Now we're done. I didn't have to see anything. Oh my god. I didn't realize that this would be what I was getting myself into when I first started the game, so forgive.
Can I...
Nope.
Please. Are you... Come
As soon as I read that, I'm done.
I'm gonna... It'll... Shut up. Thanks.
So full of hate.
Please.
Like, so completely full of hate.
Not even... Oh, I don't mind.
We're done.
You're weird.
Thanks to you.
I was laughed, and for once I could tell it was genuine. No malice or sass, rudeness, or mocking anyone in sight. So his hand tight, and he did the same in turn. As we could stay like this just for a little while. Over leaned against the wall, feeling the cold stone against her fingertips. She liked to feel it against her skin. Reminded her that she was still alive. I'm ending the episode here, so I don't have to witness that again. To those that want to see the full scene and not me skipping through, feel free to play the game on your own. It's just not my cup of tea to be looking at that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you later.